Hi, stamping friends. It's Marilyn Wagner here at Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you on this Thursday evening from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. Welcome to everyone. If you've been here before, great. Thank you for returning. If you've never joined me before, I welcome you for sure. I'm going to give you a couple tidbits of information here to begin with, and then I will turn my camera down so you can see what's on my desk, not all of it, and we will proceed with making an insert for an 8x8 shadow box. I've had some fun doing this and I thought it was a good thing to share with you. So before I get started, just want to mention that I love having you all here to watch. So hi Terry, I see your name coming up there. That's good. That means I'm where somebody can find me. And we have had an exciting week with Stampin' Up things because the Sale-A-Bration and the new mini catalog has started for all customers. Those of us who are demonstrators have had a chance to purchase some items already. So I do have a few of those to share with you. And I do want to go over some of the specials that are happening now with that. I also want to let you know that I am going to take part in a virtual catalog launch with my friend Faye from Prince George. We're going to do that on August 17th at 7 p.m. Alberta time. I'm going to be offering an online class with the Plentiful Plants bundle, which is what I'm going to feature tonight. So let me know if you're interested in that. Stamping Staycation, for those of you who have joined Lillian and Joanne and I before, we are planning that for September 11th again. So stay tuned to my channel for lots of information coming up and registration and all that kind of good thing. And Christmas card classes. The mini has a number of Christmas card sets in it. And I am going to plan my usual one each month, September, October, November, Christmas card classes where I'll be demonstrating 5 cards in each. And you can purchase the kits or you can just purchase the class as well. So it will be online. So just so you know that. So let's turn the camera down and I will make sure we're all in the right spot and lined up correctly, and we'll do a bit of crafting, okay? Bear with me while I do this. You're gonna see the other side of my room, which looks like a jumble mumble right now. And while you're waiting for me to get this set up, please let me know what is your favorite part of the summer you're having. Let me know where you're watching from. I always like to know that. And you can take a peek there at those, and I will just check that I am broadcasting to where I should be. Whoops. Let's turn to know that. And you can take got some loud noise happening here. Hi Terry. Yes. Terry's there, so that's good. I'm in the right spot. Let me know. Oh, and I do have a couple more lights that I can turn on here. And Karen, hello. I'm hoping that all of you are staying cool in this heat wave that we're having again. So you can see this is the mini. Hello, Pam from Calgary. Welcome. The mini catalog, which I will show you a couple things out of there, and the Sale-A-Bration. So the Sale-A-Bration happens this year twice this year, I guess is the proper way to say it. Normally we only have it in January, February, but this year we are having it in August and September. So from August 3rd to September 30th, for every $60 you spend, there are a number of items. There is this amazing glimmer paper. There is some penguin paper. There is a Feels Like Home stamp set, some designer paper that also coordinates with the hand penned in the mini catalog, or the annual catalog, sorry, that AC stands for annual, I should know that. There is Peaceful Prints paper, which coordinates with the deer punch out of the annual catalog. This is really a cute set. There is sheep dies and Counting Sheep stamp set. They coordinate, obviously. And just to be aware, we have been told that the sheep dies The summer shadow dies, which are 120, spend 120, get them free. And, oh, this dazzling paper is only, those 3 items are only available while supplies last. So if you're humming and hawing about which to get first, because of course we want them all, don't we? Get those 3 first. The texture and frames, some neat ideas for that. This die set that does coordinate with an annual catalog stamp set. This stamp set is again for 120 purchase, and it is a distinctive one. So I watched a video today on how neat those work together. I don't have them, so I can't show them to you. Also, if you, during Sale-A-Bration, if you have party sales of $3.75, or if your order is that big, you get this free stamp set, which you can see has some great words, different fonts, and it's free as a host set. And as usual, when you join Stampin' Up! During Sale-A-Bration, there's an extra reward for you. And hopefully you have one of the catalogs, or if not, it is available online by going to my website, Stamping Creations with Marilyn. And these, I should have counted them, 12 stamp sets. You can pick from those when you join during Sale-A-Bration. Pick from those as your special gift. One of them is 80 some dollars. I don't have a printout of that list with the prices on them, but one of them is, I believe it's $81.75. So nothing to sneeze at. There's no stipulation you have to stay for so long or anything else as a demonstrator. And if you live in Canada, anywhere in Canada, I'd love to have you join my team. It's a great fun time. We have lots of fun doing lots of different things. So leave any questions you have, and I will try to answer them. I can see some comments coming through. So the mini catalog does say July to December, but because of shipping delays, it didn't start till August 3rd. Again, some fantastic products in there. And I am, like I said, I'm going to have a virtual catalog launch with fellow demonstrator Faye out of Prince George. We'll be going through that a lot more in detail, so I'm not going to do that tonight. But I do want to share with you kind of a kit I've put together that will total your $165 worth of product, and just show you how much you can get by just joining my team. So I have picked, let me find my paper so to get it in the right order. I have these wonderful snowflakes. Try and hold them so you can see them. They're called wonderful snowflakes. There's 24 in the package, and they are shiny. So those are $8.25. If you want to keep track of a total as we go, that's fine, but I do have a list here. The Merry Snowflake Bundle, which consists of the Merry Snowflake stamp set, and it's got some different fonts for the greetings, different snowflakes. But this, just look at this. This is what the dies look like, and they have not totally cut out, but there's images on them. If you can see that, there's stitching on each of them. And this one in the catalog, it shows layers of that for background, so a little bit of stitching there. So a great die set. This is the actual dies. So try and hold that so you can see them. So that bundle is $67.50, and you would get both of those. Then we have the Welcome, no, not that one, just a sec, those are different. The Welcome Wood stamp set. Again, a variety of different greetings, and you can use it for various seasons. And something that I just read about today was the fact that this, it looks like a piece for down here. It actually fits in amongst the tree stumps. So isn't that pretty cool? It is a photopolymer set, and I have started taking the set before I ever take it off of the plastic it's attached to, inking it up and stamping it on this side so I can see it right side up. This is the way it comes from Stampin' Up, which is a help, don't get me wrong, but I don't know, maybe it's my old eyes or whatever, but I kind of like it that way too, so it doesn't hurt to have it twice. So that stamp set is in that package I'm putting together for $29. Next I have For Unto Us, which is definitely a Christmas, but a word set. Don't look at that page 35, because this is a carryover stamp set from last year. They don't often do that, but they did this year, and I love it because I used this Merry Christmas numerous times last year. All of them, they're beautiful fonts. And it is a rubber set. That is also $29. Then we get to this paper, and let me just see if I can open it and show you. This paper is $20, so yes, it's a little bit more than most, but look at it. Isn't that gorgeous? You can cut pieces out of it to use for cards. So it is your basic black, basic gray, silver, and smoky slate, but lots of ideas coming around for that. So that is the $20. Then I have put in these matte decorative dots, which are $11, and the total of that comes to the $164.75. So what I did was I went on Stampin' Up's website and just keyed in these numbers so that I could give you an idea of what you could get for that $165. Then when you go to those pages that I was mentioning, at the back here, these you can pick whatever for free. Well, you can get Nature's Harvest stamp set and dies. So what a deal. What a deal. Page 56, I will tell you in a minute what the retail value is on that set. So those dies and that stamp set. And like I say, you're always welcome to join, even if you're thinking, oh, I could never, don't want to do this, don't want to whatever. But even just to get the products, it is pretty amazing. Page 56, let's just see. So this is the bundle you could get, and that bundle is $72.75. So a great deal. I don't have the 80 whatever dollar it is that I told you, $81.75 or whatever. I don't have that set to physically show you, but it's all a great deal. So if you live in Canada and you don't have a demonstrator and you'd like to join my team, you're more than welcome. Okay, questions? Looks like nothing. Thank you, ladies. Welcome, everyone. And please leave me a comment as to what's your favorite summer, I'm going to say fruit or vegetable that you can only get fresh in the summer. I have an awesome friend who has given me twice now 2 or 3 servings that I can use for whatever of rhubarb. We do not have rhubarb growing in our yard. And as a kid growing up, of course, we had it on the farm. It was an easy fruit to make for dessert. Just stew it, as we called it. So mix it with some sugar, definitely. And also pies. My dad was a great lover of sweets. So pies were always on the menu at our house. And I now have a recipe for making a rhubarb cake, which is delicious. So let me know. Maybe I can get some new ideas from you. Tell me what's working for you. So while you're doing that, I want to share with you what I made. I did a shadow box insert. I have a number of these 8x8, well, just a minute, I think the outside measurement is bigger. They're 9x9, but the insert is 8x8. And I switched them out, and I'm going to show you a few. Just before I get started with that, this is what I have on hand, so I can switch out. And most of these stamp sets are retired, but just to show you how easy it is to do things, this is an all-season one. This is one that I had for summer. My cousins and I all, well, three of us, had this frame, and we spent time doing inserts together. So we would each do, like I would do 3, Susan would do 3, Anne would do 3, and I don't know what I did with that one. And then we would all have them. So it was a great way to craft together as well as share and think of each other as we demonstrated them, as we showed them off on our wall. This is a Christmas one we had done one year, which had bigger squares, but it still fits in that space. I have a St. Patrick's Day one. I have a Thanksgiving one. I have a spring one. And again, all different. I don't think any of these stamp sets are available anymore from Stampin' Up. You might be able to find them from other demonstrators trying to sell them, but this would be my spring one. This would be a summer one. So you can see we had some punches, some die cuts. This is a Valentine's one. And of course, a Christmas one. So let me know if you've ever done a shadow box. I'd like to know, and what your favorite item to put in it was, as I get ready to show you how to make this. I'm going to call it a summer one because it's got plants and stuff in it. But anyway, it was fun to do. As I showed you on this one, I have done this one. I'm going to do this one a little bit different. Just a little bit different placement of things. Before I get started, my host code for this month, or my current host code, I don't run them month by month. It just depends on where I'm at with my whole business kind of thing. So I would really appreciate it if you order from me. If you don't have a demonstrator and would like to order from me, I appreciate it even more. And I would like you to use my host code if your order's under $200. Hello, Kathleen from Quebec. Welcome, welcome. Glad to see you. So before I get started, this design was posted on Pinterest by Crafting Somnia Mama. And I'd like to give her credit for it. It made it a lot easier when I started figuring out what I was going to put where. So I started out with a piece of, just a minute until I get the paper, because it's written on the back of the paper. This is the paper that goes with the Plentiful Plants, and it is gray granite that I started out with. And then I used a piece of the designer paper. You can see all my pieces cut. And I've made it 6 by 6, so you could get virtually 4 of them out of that piece of designer paper. And you can see it's got different designs on it. So I'm going to glue that and try to get it centered. I was quite tickled with the first one I did, because I placed it on there, then got out my ruler, and it was pretty good. And really, the way, if you look at the finished design, it wouldn't matter that much, because I have pieces over the edges anyway. Where it would make a little difference is if you were trying to keep it all within that space. So once you have your pieces cut out, this is really quite easy to put together. She started with whatever these are called. I can never remember the name. They are paper lattice. So you get 10 of them in the package, and in case you're interested, 155697. So I put just a little bit over the top and a little bit over the bottom, again following what that other gal had. And tomatoes fresh off the vine. Oh, Pam, that sounds delicious. So yeah, continue giving me what you like from summer fruits and vegetables. What caused me to think of that question for you tonight was a good friend of mine has given me, this is the second time this summer, rhubarb. And we live in a, not a condo, but a senior living area. So we don't have gardens as such. I suppose I do have a water fountain in a corner at the front that I probably could plant rhubarb in if I so desired. But I like the fountain, especially if we can, like recently, sit out there and enjoy the outdoors. A fountain sound is really relaxing for me. But so yeah, I think I saw another comment. Fresh berries, yes. What's your favorite berries? As I mentioned, grew up, well, maybe I didn't mention, but grew up on a farm, and berries were a staple of our kitchen. I love blueberries, but I do not like Saskatoons. Don't ask me why, don't know, just my makeup kind of thing. So there's the lattice. So yeah, let me know what you like and what you don't for that kind of thing. I'm always looking for new ideas for summer recipes and whatever. So I am going to, I've cut this hanging basket out of designer paper. You can maybe see. So it's another way to use your designer paper. I have put some linen thread in here, and I will, once it's attached, I will fold it over and attach it on the back. And then I discovered in the paper is really user-friendly. But you can see in this design, here is the pot with the ivy, whatever, hanging out of it. So it's fairly easy to just trim that out. And when you put it behind, it looks like you've done a lot of work. But look at that. Look at that. So I'm going to, again, use just a little bit of my liquid glue for some dots so that I can attach that pot on the back. So really, once you get your pieces cut out, putting this together doesn't take long. So that's why I thought, you know what, I've got time to show everyone how to do this during a Facebook Live. Be better if it's something like the way I used to hang macrame pots. I could never get them to hang straight. Could you guys? I did a lot of macrame and back in the day when it was so popular. And yeah, sometimes it was just like this. It kind of fell out, or most of the time it didn't have dirt land on the floor or anything. So I'm just going to use my my other one kind of as a pattern. And this particular piece we cut off here. Oh, Karen, you're like Saskatoons over blueberries. Well, then we make a good pair, because you could have the Saskatoons and I could have the blueberries. So I've got, this is all designer paper from this package, which is the Bloom Where You're Planted designer paper. But it goes with that Plentiful Plants. This is the stamp set. And to be honest with you, I do not have anything stamped on this. Isn't that interesting? I have taken the dies and cut out the various things from the designer series paper. So these are the dies. There are 14 of them that come, and they do come as a bundle. So you see, you can have a great variety of things. Here I did stamp and cut out with the dies and the stamp and cut and emboss machine, but otherwise I have done them just from the paper for this sample. So I have baskets with greenery, and I'm going to Oh, look at that, I've got some glue right there. I can pick it up. So, do you all have our new Sale-A-Bration catalog and the mini catalog? What do you think of it? Do you have a favorite so far? I personally have a lot of favorites, which is kind of scary when it comes down to it. But tell me what they are. I'm always looking for more ideas. I'm going to put this one on here, so I need just a little bit of glue to assemble it. And these, you know, Stampin' Up! Has come a long ways in my 14 years. Their dies really are easy to use now. They did give a bit of grief in the beginning, or in my beginning, I guess, with it. Stampin' Up's been in Canada a lot longer, than 14 years, but I love what they do, how they work, and I hope I put that down far enough. If not, oh well. So I'm going to put, actually I'm going to put all the pieces together and then decide where I want them. This one, again, you can see is cut out of the designer paper, and the pot is cut out of the designer paper, but there is a die to go around it, whereas this one I did the fussy cutting, as we call it, so just around and leaving a little bit of white to for the edges. And I'm going to just attach this here to where I want it. So that one's going to go down there. This one is a full cutout from the designer paper, so it's kind of the focal point in the center. This is also cut out from designer paper with a die, as is the pot. So again, just going to put a couple dots of glue there. And this pot, when I looked at it, I always thought it should go this way, but actually it doesn't. It goes this way. And there are our pieces. So don't go away. I have a couple things to show you. I have some other cards made with this set, and just love sharing with all of you. So again, thank you for joining me tonight. This is a real treat. So once I've got them all figured out where I'm going to put them, I have glue on my fingers. No, that's not what I meant to say. I will trim this off, and I'm going to use dimensionals to pop up these and these, just to give it a bit of dimension there. So I find when I use my dimensionals, there's always extra pieces around, so I do make sure that I use the edges. Don't throw them out. They're sticky. You can cut them into whatever size you want. And besides, it saves you buying a new sheet right away, right? So if you do have the new catalog, tell me, what is your favorite item out of it? I'm anxious to hear what you've seen done, what you plan on making. Karen, Kathleen, I know you're there. You've probably got catalogs and have been already making things. So tell me, what's your favorite? And anybody else. And if you do not have a catalog, let me know. And as long as you live in Canada, I can make sure you get one. So, and like I say, if you want to join my team, this is one of the best times to do it, with all of the Sale-A-Bration things happening. And of course, we're just a fun bunch to craft with. As some of you, whoops, flying dimensionals. There. So, oh, and I guess this will have some dimensionals too. And that is my macrame hanger. How many of you have done macrame before? And if you have, do you still have the hanging planters you made? I, for one, I love crafts, as you might have guessed, and over the years, I have made many, many, many different crafts, and some of them were macrame. And no, I do not have anything left from what I made. Okay, I'm seeing some things. Thank you. Haven't received yours yet, Kathleen. They always seem to arrive later in Quebec, but you've seen them online. Good, good. Yes, lots of demonstrators now showing things online, or we have been able to for a while. So do you have a favorite, Kathleen? And Karen? Got to have the cats, yes. That's Kathleen. Hard to pick a favorite. I know, I look at them and then I see other samples that people have shared online, and I think, oh, that would be nice to have. Ooh, that would be good. So it's lucky that it, actually, that catalog will be good until December. So we do have a little bit of time to get what we want. So hi, Gail. Hi, Pat. Welcome. Glad to see you. So let me know. All I'm doing now is just taking these, and I know you could pick that off with the take your pick tool, but because these are just little pieces I have cut from the border of my dimensionals, they're a little bit smaller, so, and I do have fingernails, so I'm able to use them. And you notice I'm not pushing them down totally until I actually am pleased with the placement. And for the most part, I think when you're doing something like this with a 8x8 shadow box, remember that you do have the strip around here, so some of it you can't see that well. And take it from me, I've been there, done that. I've managed to have some edges and I think, oh, I wish I could see that piece. So, and that stack of the ones I showed you in the beginning, I quite enjoyed my collection. Okay, I think those are good. Now, the other thing I wanted to share with you is this particular one. There is no die for, but when you're cutting, fussy cutting, as we call it, recommendation always is to leave a little bit of the background paper. Don't try and cut too close. And turn your paper, not necessarily your scissors. Use your sharp scissors, these little Stampin' Up ones that I've had for almost 14 years, never been sharpened. They are still sharp enough to cut me. And cut, you want a short blade like this that you can cut right up into the areas you want. And I'm not going to, when I do this, I don't worry about right in there, partly because it's difficult. And I'm not in this for difficulty, I'm in this for fun and to share with all of you. So I do the best I can as I'm working, talking. I know I read a post today where someone said they love all of these different designs in this paper, and you can just sit and watch TV or watch a movie and cut them all out, and then you've got them ready. So I'm going to show you a little tip that I do. So there, doesn't take that long, and I'm just going to tuck that little guy, but I'm not going to put him up on dimensionals. I'm going to just use adhesive for him to go. Just a little bit of variant on there. Not a COVID variant, but a plant variant. So he's going to go just tucked in there. and make sure it doesn't fall off. Then I'm going to trim this piece, and these little guys will hold my pot, but in order to do that, I am going to just put some of my adhesive on the back and, well, hopefully stick them down. And there is your shadow box insert. So I did a little bit different leaves in different pots than on that one, but you can see that it will fit in there, and it will go with my group of however many, whatever I did with them, however many inserts I had there. So what I do with my pieces after they're cut is I put them in a clear envelope inside my case, and then when I come to using the case again, using the stamp set, I can pull those out and they're ready to go. So that's just a tidbit. The dies, when I get the dies, I do this with them so that I know the shapes. As you can see, these are cut out of the paper, these are cut out of I stamped and cut out, so it works either way. Also done with that set are a number of cards that I have, and thank you, Karen. This is a very neat fold that Karen shared with me in a swap. This is a fold, another fold that Tracy shared with me. And then I took part in a class and we made these cards. So you can see the other dies and just different layers of them. Aren't they gorgeous? Different paper. Another one with the hanging basket and a couple different shades. Maybe you can see in there. And this one is from my class, my Facebook Live a couple weeks ago. And this is the one that I will be giving away today when I spin the wheel for whoever commented last week. And that's what I've done so far, but there are so many more that you can do with that particular bundle. So let me know if I've inspired you to maybe get that bundle. I know myself, had I not taken the class where we did these and the bundle was part of it, I probably, well, it would not have been one of my first choices, but definitely I have seen lots of different samples since then that I really like. So I'm on a mission to use it for lots of things. But as well, of course, because the new catalog is coming out, I want to share just a few things with you that I've received out of that. Is one of these cards with the just designer paper and words stamped on it. And these are from Joanne, my friend Joanne that is in staycation with me. This is one for Halloween, done with paper again. We have, is it 6x6 paper that's like that. And this one is gorgeous, isn't it? Just, it has, I'm trying to see if there's words on the back of it, but it's like the antiquing. And then this has a die. This is in that set that I showed you I would take for free if I was joining now. That Nature's, whatever it's called. No, I lost it. No, I didn't. Nature's Harvest. So that is from that set. And the words, a reminder to never forget how much you mean to me and so many others. So some different things you can do with that. And then this one is from Lillian. And it is using that Give It a Whirl die and some of the designer paper from Sale-A-Bration, where she just cut out the bear, and there's little arrows on there you can put on there. Isn't that cute? I do not have that set yet, so really appreciate Lillian and Joanne sharing all of those with me. So thank you for joining me. I'm going to just quickly look and see if there's any questions. Don't see anything urgent. I will go back through everything and read. Thank you so much for commenting. And now, because I usually try to remember, and last week, or a couple of weeks I forgot, but I am going to do it now, is I have the winning wheel on my iPad with those who commented on last week's, and as you can see, there weren't very many of you, so I'm glad to see so many. Give It a Whirl is on my list. Yes, yes, Kathleen. It is on mine too, but may take a while. So these are the names of those who commented on my Facebook video I posted last week because I wasn't able to do a live. And I'm going to spin, and we'll see who last week's card goes to, which I will show you. To Lillian. Yay, Lillian. Let me know that you've won, and I will get it off to you. And just to refresher, this is the card that I did. I did a one-sheet wonder last week where we had made 11 cards using this layout and whatever. So if you missed it, please go back and watch. I would appreciate it. And anytime you can share my videos or share my YouTube channel, I really appreciate it. So just wanted to let you know that, and keep in touch. And I hope, barring anything unforeseen, I will be here next week at the same time. So thanks for joining me. Take care.